A little piece of my life. I have memories about the day I left my hometown. I had psychological changes because I need to adapt to a different lifestyle. Every time I think about my hometown, I also remember when my grandparents raised me. I told them that I was going to the USA to finish my career and enroll to ASU, where I had a challenge because I didn't know the language. This was a big step where I have to adapt to my biological parents because I never lived with them, and we share biological genes. After 2 years, I got married because I found the love of my life, the person that would spend the rest of her life next to me until we get to our old age. In our first year of marriage, we had our first trip where we shared a lot of emotions. Then I moved to the border while her visa arrived and I found my first job at the border where I had a white collar manager. She was always changing moods. At the border, we leased our first apartment, which was one of our approach goals. At the apartment, we shared our first Christmas with my parents, which is part of our culture. Then my wife got pregnant of my first son, that shared our genes and DNA. A year later, my second son was born, and he had similar genes to my first one. Then we moved back to Phoenix, and we adapted to the city. I started my career with DLC, finding the equilibrium that I was looking for. The first time I trained, they taught me a lot of psychological thoughts because we need to study the behavior of the inmates, their reactions, their moves, their signs, their symbols. And the day of my graduation, I was ready. Then we bought our first house where we created our own environment. This is the first picture of my children that has a lot of familiarity effects as well as this one. This is what makes me happy. And my children, they have a mental set after their 3 years of life because they know when it's Halloween.